So Millsy, how's the boys' mindset after the weekend?
Yeah, good. Look, obviously not the result we're all after, but I think we took a lot of positives from the second half performance. They're a good side. It's well, at the end of the day, we have to go now to Central Coast and win a game of football if we want to make the grand final. So the equation for us hasn't changed a great deal with the result. So we're focused mainly on the performance and where we can get better and how we can execute a bit better. But yeah, generally spirits are high.
It might sound silly, but does it suit this side going there with a goal deficit?
It very much may, because I think we are very much at our best with, I guess, a little bit of a sense of, back against the wall. We also have a lot of young players, inexperienced in these situations, and I think knowing that you have to go and win, and that's the only outcome that is possible, I think really does help them along their way.
Touch on the positives from the second half. What did you take from the first half?
Look, first half, to be honest, we just didn't really match their desire, and I hate sort of speaking about that because I think too much focus is on that sort of work ethic and those sorts of, I guess, buzzwords in Australian football. But because we didn't match that desire, we weren't able to execute both with and without the ball. And I think once we addressed that at half time, we looked a much better side.
Where do you put that? Having a lack of work ethic and things like that, where do you put that down?
Yeah, I wouldn't say lack of work ethic. I just think we just needed to be a little bit more positive and have a little bit more belief. As I said, it's a big occasion. They started very well and they're a good side. We just simply had to match that, and once we did, then our football, I think, started to come through.
Second half, you sort of pushed on a lot higher, you stopped them playing out, made them go to the top of the press. Is that something you probably look at doing again from the start this time?
That's something we've looked to do for most of the season, and for whatever reasons in the first half we're a little bit gun shy in that situation. As I said, I think we need to get that aspect of the game right in order for us to be able to execute the things that we work on during the week. Like I said, it may be a little bit of a confidence thing early on, but that's well and truly gone now. That's out of the way. As I said, the second half, the response that Carl especially got out of the boys was excellent.
I think Carl spoke about the 1v1, Central Coast make you play accountable football. How did you see a lot of the 1v1s? Because I thought that was an area they really struggled. I thought individual battles, they really got on top of you.
Yeah, they did, but again, I think that was more of a mindset thing rather than, I guess, the individual's ability to control a situation. And look, we know that they're very aggressive. They can be quite ball and man orientated, and you have to be a brave side to break that down, and you have to be a brave side to want to press that as well. So look, there's things that we're working on to address that, but I think, as I said, generally in the second half that was nullified to a degree because we executed well.
Is there a chance Nesta could start?
There's always a chance Nesta could start. Yeah, of course. Everybody, as I said, everybody's generally pulled up quite well. Nesta again put in another strong performance off the bench. Not sure, although it does look like it's purposeful, the change that they make as well. So maybe we'll play him on the other side.
Arashi Isuzu, how does he put up with the calf injuries? Is it safe to say he'll miss this week?
Yeah, we're just waiting to see. He's obviously had a few calf complaints over the last few weeks. We just have to wait and see. He's getting scanned. I think he got scanned today. We just have to see how he pulls up.
How about Nick Ansell?
Nick Ansell's just a knock, so he should be fine.
What have you made of Ben Halloran's form in the past sort of 7 to 8 weeks? I think it's been a fair while since he's found himself on the score sheet, and with, like you mentioned, Nesta always performing off the bench. Is that a consideration you have to make, that potentially it might be time for Nesta to come in?
Yeah, look, I think, mainly, obviously, for Carl, the consideration will be he needs to pick the side that he thinks will go on and win a game of football. Whether Nesta's in that or not, I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how the week pans out. Obviously, we're lucky in that sense that, in those wide areas we have a few options, and they're all very good options. So we want this week to be as competitive as possible for the players. You don't want it to be too dissimilar to any other week. So we'll get that competitive edge out of them this week, and no matter who starts, we know what's expected and what needs to be done.
if Adelaide United don't make the final, would you still consider this season as a success?
Look, to be totally honest, at the moment I haven't really thought or discussed that. But I think looking back, generally speaking, throughout the season, it's been quite successful. I think we obviously have ambitions to go that next step, but a very good side stands in the way. I think the way that we look back at the season, right, wrong or otherwise, could be determined by what happens this weekend.
And finally, Nesta, obviously a lot of interest in his future. You're a guy that's played all over the world. I mean, I'm sure he's getting advice left, right and centre. Have you spoken to him at all?
Yeah, look, little bits here and there. I think with Nesta and the age that he's at as well, it's very important that he stays in the moment. I think I've said it before. I think the amount of ability that Nesta has, I think his journey will take shape on its own. He just needs to stay focused. He needs to be in the here and now, and keep working hard on a daily basis. And if he does that, I think things will fall into place for him.